And listen to me eat a biscuit real quietly whilst I'm sipping my tea. More developments in the Neymar saga. Spurs contract showdown, shocks in the Carabao Cup, a transfer roundup, and this week's great debate, all coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host, Matt Frodo. You are the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. So first up, and we actually do have a breakthrough in the Neymar saga. Not just rumours anymore, as apparently 170 million is the price that has been agreed between both clubs. That's 170 million euros. This obviously isn't the full 222 million euros that Neymar moved to PSG for in the first place, but it looks as though it's as good as they're gonna get. On top of this, there also is a 35 million euro loan fee, which is to be paid this season because Neymar is going to go on loan for a year, then sign permanently next summer. Of course, this will be an obligation to buy. Now, the only other part of the deal that looks to be more than a rumour than set in concrete is that Ousmane Dembele will be going the other way. It seems to me that this is the only way that PSG are going to accept a lowered price for Neymar, but if they do bring in Ousmane Dembele, they've pretty much got a good replacement. Okay, he's no Neymar, but he could be up there should he get his attitude right and provide consistency on the pitch. This will obviously help PSG in the upcoming weeks, as I mentioned yesterday, because both Cavani and Mbappe are injured for the next month or so. As for Neymar, it leaves a burning question if he rejoins the Barcelona squad. Where on earth is he going to fit in? What does Antoine Griezmann make all of this after coming in and supposedly being the main man this summer? And what about Luis Suarez as well? His place has already been taken over by Griezmann, but are they both going to be able to play with Neymar in there as well? Messi back from injury too? Well, it looks like that's not really our decision to make. It's up to the hands of Ernesto Valverde. He's already come under some complaints about his style of play at the club, but with all these attackers, surely he's just going to throw them all on the pitch and let them do the business. You can't possibly think of any other tactic to play at Barcelona. So next up, and to Spurs, where Christian Eriksen still has his future in massive doubt. This is because Daniel Levy and Christian Eriksen's agent apparently haven't spoken for quite a while. Of course, this is incredibly infuriating for Mauricio Pochettino, who doesn't even know whether or not one of his star men, one of his key players, is going to be at the club come the close of the window on September 2nd. It's made even worse by the fact that there's a small matter of the North London derby this weekend. Some good news for Spurs though, and Dele Alli has been past fit and will be involved in the game on Sunday. But as for Christian Eriksen, God knows where he could be. Apparently Spurs have put a 200k a week deal on the table, but the Dane is unwilling to sign it, stating that, much like he did earlier in the summer, he wants to try a new challenge. It looks like Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid or Juventus are the only three teams who could possibly sign him, but from Spurs' point of view, it doesn't matter whether he goes or stays, they just need a decision now. But away from the transfer news for a minute and to some League Cup news, now known of course as the Carabao Cup, where there were two massive shocks last night. First off, and Norwich lost to Crawley. Crawley of League 2 managed to beat them 1-0 in a much changed side which featured 11 changes from the weekend's loss to Chelsea. Manager Daniel Farke did say after the game that his side were unlucky, they did hit the bar, but at the end of the day, I think all the congratulations should go to Crawley. It's only the second time ever in their history they've managed to reach the third round of the League Cup, and they could get a massive Premier League team, no disrespect to Norwich, in the next round when the draw is made on Wednesday evening. And alongside this, there was also another massive shock as Crystal Palace lost to Colchester. I just don't know how you can go from beating Manchester United at Old Trafford to losing on penalties to Colchester within the space of 4 days. Now, I know Roy Hodgson made a few changes, but they still had 7 internationals in their side and definitely should have had enough quality to see off Colchester. They didn't, and as Andros Townsend missed his penalty, Colchester were the eventual victors 5-4. Again, much like Crawley, I'm sure they'll be hoping for a money-spinning tie in the next round. Elsewhere though, and there was to be no upset at Newport County, where West Ham, with the help of Jack Wilshere's first goal for the club, managed to see them off 2-0. And moving on to the transfer news, but we stick with West Ham as they're hoping to agree a new deal for Manuel Lanzini. As well as this, Zlatan Ibrahimovic has opened the door to a return to Manchester United, saying that if they need him, well, then he's there. Inter Milan have agreed to deal to take Alexis Sanchez on loan, but there is no option to buy next summer. And it's not really transfer news, but as I mentioned yesterday, it's such a shame to see that Berry actually went out of existence yesterday. A deal yesterday could not be pushed over the line by the 5 PM deadline, so over 130 years of existence are wiped out just like that. Such a shame, and the same thing could happen to Bolton, although they did get a 2-week extension. So lastly but not least, we try not to finish on such a depressing note, and the great debate is here. Every single Wednesday we get a question from our Onefootball newsroom, which is put to you guys and you can answer in the comment section down below. Of course, you can see their answer and my answer in the relevant article on the app. So we want to know who will be the best signing of the season. There are so many good signings with so much money spent, but I think the man who came in from Frankfurt is going to be their front man that Andy Carroll wasn't, and score the goals that Andy Carroll couldn't. I'm not saying he's going to fire West Ham into the Champions League or even into the top 6, but I'm expecting double figures in goals and assists for him at least this season. So there you have it. Make sure you let me know your thoughts on the great debate down below and the rest of today's daily news. Whilst you're down there, you can smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on Onefootball. But until next time, I will see you guys later.